Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. And I'm quite far away from the planet. There's home, 155 kilometers away. Well, where am I? Well, I'm on the moon. In this case, I came up here because I wanted some resources. Gold I found, that's fair enough. Here's my ship, I'll explain that in a moment. Remember at the end of the last episode I made a welding ship? Well, it let me make this really fast, so I will come back and show you that one. The gold. There should be another rock around here somewhere. Ah, there they are. There we go. And hopefully, yes, there we go. This is what I've been looking for. Uranium. Lets me start building reactors, which lets things get a little bit easier for the atmospheric thrusters because I don't have to keep dealing with batteries. And batteries have all got all kinds of problems with them as well, about how you charge them. They're fine on the ships because you're going to be pulling from a base, but for the base you do kind of want other stuff as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look around for a bunch of uranium, and I'm just going to keep mining the stuff until it's full, and then I'm going to take it back to the planet. And it takes a long way to get between the planet and the moon, so I don't want to be doing this too often until I've got something that's a bit more like a capital ship. Where's my ship gone? There it is. So let's show you the ship before I carry on doing some mining, and then next time we come back we'll be probably back on the planet. So at the bottom of it we've got 4 large hydrogen thrusters, and they're attached to cargo cans. Batteries mounted on the non-port side of the cargo cans, and coming out of the cargo cans is a normal conveyor system into yet more thrusters. Also got ones pointing up this time because we've got no air anymore. We do have gravity at the moment, but it's only a quarter of normal gravity. I've also got 4 reactors. I'm not going to be able to use them until I've gone back to the planet and come back again because I need to refine the uranium. Some lights. And the important bits are here. So out of these connectors, they connect all 4 of the cargo cans together. There is this oxygen tank, and on the other side there's an oxygen generator. In between, even though they say oxygen on the sides, I know these are actually hydrogen tanks, that one and that one. And that's the most important thing when trying to deal with hydrogen thrusters like this. You can't just have them, well, at least not with these small versions, you can't just have these producing enough hydrogen to keep going, particularly if you're trying to get out of the planet's atmosphere. You need a tank. And I've got obviously a rover cockpit again because I just really like them. So all that we do with this, just turn my flight group on, and you'll see I am near the gold asteroid. I've got an extreme light, and I can head over here, and hopefully I don't have many pushing me forward, many thrusters, so I may well add a couple more, or maybe 3 or 4 more when I get back to the planet, but you get the idea. We're actually on the moon, so there's no atmosphere to speak of, so do make sure that you close your helmet. When you get out, you'll start to choke, otherwise that wouldn't be good. And then we can just get out and, you know, rip into this asteroid. I've already done that a few times already, so you'll see in here I've got 17.5k uranium, 24k gold, and we can just add that to it. In fact, I don't need the stone, I can just drop that out inside. So yeah, that's pretty much it. All we have to do really with this kind of craft is we go straight up out of the Earth's atmosphere, and when we get up into space far enough, we just start pushing forward and heading towards the moon, wherever it is. Otherwise, that's a pretty straightforward kind of ship. It's not really meant to do anything more than scout up here to get a few of the things that I just haven't been able to find on Earth. In particular, uranium, but also platinum, which I think only appears up here, so I'm going to fly around a bit more, see if I can find some of that. And then, you know, gold is on here as well, but I find some of that on the planet as well. So yeah, off to mining, and we'll be back shortly. And we're back on the planet. So yeah, let's make a few amends here. First of all, you'll see I've got my embedded tools. They're from the fact that I found silver finally. So let's just get rid of this, and you'll see how fast this gets rid of blocks, and you'll see my ship isn't there anymore. That's because this thing just rips things apart. So why not? You'll notice I've also added these on top. These are effectiveness modules. They go on top of just the refinery, and I've put 4 of them. Now, 3 types of modules. One's called effectiveness, which means you get more out of each piece of ore. There's one's called productivity, and I've put those on the assemblers. That makes them faster. And the third one, I think, is the power one, which I never bother with. Power efficiency module. Now, important. If you put the productivity on the refinery, I think it increases the power requirements, or it may well do on these as well. Let's just take a quick look. Power efficiency 100%. Okay. Productivity 300%. So it's going to speed it up 3 times normal. And just bear in mind that you may want the power efficiency ones at certain points, but for the moment, for refineries, I just want effectiveness, and for assemblers, I just want speed. So that's all well and good. And while I'm at it, let's actually put in another refinery, because I've got lots of ore, and when you put in the effectiveness, it's going to still take a lot of time. You could get away with it if you did a few things about speed, but I don't want to do that. So if I can actually get this thing the right way around. Yeah. There we go, I think. It's on the left side. I need it on the right side, so I need to turn it twice. Yeah, there we go. So that should fit right there. And then I'm going to go and grab the effectiveness module, and again we're going to do the same thing, assuming I actually can get this the correct way around. Here we go. Okay, and it's a good point to demonstrate this welding ship, because it is amazing. It does remind me of Ed 209 though. Yeah, need stompy legs underneath it, and the ability to, you know, just kill lots of people. So flight on and welding on, and here we go. So let's just get close. Too close. And we can just go around this thing. And I'm probably short of a component or two. Let me just turn off the welding for a second. Let's see what it is. Construction components. Construction components. Let's just order a few more up. I think I may already have a bunch. I've made a lot of components in the background. Yeah, let's just grab those. And I could weld up using the hand tools, but why not when you can show off with one of these? Okay, refinery done. Well, and this should make pretty much welding lots and lots of stuff really, excuse me, cold coming in again, really easy. Just look at the speed of that. Pretty amazing. So yeah, I'm very happy with this this craft. I may want to put in some landing gears at some point, but I tend to just leave them lying on their undercarriage, whatever it is. That's a merge block, those are thrusters, and those are drills. Yeah, I suppose that's not safe, but I'll put the connectors back in here or something along those lines. Maybe a higher pad or something now above this level, just so that I can just land on top of it. That sounds like a pretty good idea. What do you guys think? You playing the game along with me? Are you enjoying what you've seen so far? Leave a comment. Let me know. So, yeah, I wonder if this is going to auto-distribute things. No, nothing in this refinery at the moment, so let's just grab, let's say, the nickel. Let's move the nickel up, and silver's always good. Uranium, actually, let's just leave this doing the uranium. So you'll see all the way down here, uranium filling up in the small reactor, and this pretty much has invalidated the entire set of batteries I have in this facility, as well as these solar panels. They weren't really doing an amazing job anyway, and that's largely to do with how the batteries charge and how long they take to charge and all kinds of other things. But, you know, they did as well until I got to uranium, which is, again, as much as I've been able to see in this world anyway, has only been on the moon. I did previously play a world where uranium was on the planet, and I got quite a lot of it, but I'm not sure if that's been changed in a patch. So just bear in mind, if you can't find uranium, go to the moon, which is not visible over the horizon. That's the Mars-type planet, and then there's a smaller one further away that is the alien world. I think that's over there. But the moon, obviously, you saw in the previous episode, big and grey and near the planet, so not too bad. So, yeah, we've got pretty much a lot of good stuff, good stuff going now. I have gone and started manufacturing lots of components, and let's just nip right on the other side. You'll see what I mean. Here we are. So, ingots. I've obviously got a lot of more iron than anything else, just because I went and mined a lot of it. This is our ores yet to be processed. The only thing I've not actually gone and got yet is magnesium, mainly because it's only needed for ammo, and I didn't need ammo so far, so that's that. Everything else I've been and got, including some platinum from the moon. That's the other thing I can't find on planets, platinum. So I got it from the moon. And yeah, I think we are pretty set up right now. And yeah, various things I've been building, just so that I've got everything available for this welder. Now, speaking of this welder, I did mention it at the end of the last episode, but just to briefly cover it again, if we look at I've got two medium cargo cans here. One says steel plate, colon 10,000. This is automated inventory sorter. This one says component 500. So basically, it will gather 10,000 steel plates into this and 500 of every component into this. And I could, if I wanted to, say, well, basically override this by saying I want more or less of another component, something like steel plate. If I wanted to override, and then something like 1,000 or 10,000 or something like that. But I just decided, you know what the heck, I didn't need to do anything like that. I have two cargo cans, and steel plate takes up an awful lot of room, so I may as well have one dedicated just for steel plate and the other one dedicated just for all the other components. So you'll see that's what happens. And if I go, well, I'm going to need to put that connector back in place, and this one has the connector on the back, I think. Oh no, on the floor. Yeah, so I'm going to need to, at least if I'm going to put a plate in place, let's just grab some of this, and oh no, I still have some steel plate, fair enough. So I'm going to put it at one level, I think. So it'll be up here, get rid of you. And then I can just put in some conveyors. So let's just grab some conveyors, the straight kind, the curved, and the conveyor block itself, and a connector. Yeah, we're going to run stuff out this way. And then just up. 1, 7, and do I want to? Yeah, the problem is just clearance on these things. So let's just assume I want this, and everything else we can just place down. Thing with this connector block is it's wider on on the sides than the other side, so you got to be a bit careful about placing it. But if we go in back and just weld again, hopefully I'm going to have enough without actually refilling this manually. You've got a range with the welders that will go inside blocks, so particularly with these twin welders, you don't have to do one layer at a time or anything like that. You can do multiple, and this thing doesn't really have enough thrusters on the sides to be able to maneuver really easily, so that's something that I'm going to have to figure out a way of doing. In fact, where are the side thrusters? Oh, they're on the front, aren't they? Yeah, there they are. So I think I'm going to try to get more in here. I think there should do. So let's just grab some thrusters and sort that one out. So yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, are you guys playing this? If you are, do let me know. I'm more than happy to hear or see the builds you've got, and I can take a look at those. I do like the game as probably about as much as Minecraft. The mods are some are good, better than others. I particularly like the ones that can automate the inventory and all kinds of stuff like that. So yeah, I will do those later. But I think I'm short on steel plates now. So, and this hasn't been built yet, of course. So I'm going to need the steel plates and construction components and motors, maybe. So let's just grab more steel plates. Construction components and motors. And just empty some of this stuff out. You'll notice also this large container is also set up to pull all the components into itself. The small one is set up to pull up all ingots apart from uranium. Uranium ignore, because otherwise it'll pull it straight out of the reactor. You can set up priorities as well, which will give one thing priority over another. But, you know, for uranium, you probably want most of it in the reactor anyway. So, you know, it's no big deal either way. Let's just put that stuff in. Head back into the cockpit. Let's see if this will finish off now. There we go, it's green. So, as I was saying, yeah, one side of this is a lot shorter than the others, so if we just hover in over here for a second. How far off am I? Not far. There, no. So much for whatever that was. That was the... Oh, it's okay. That was the merge block. I don't actually need the merge block anymore. Oh well, now I've got clearance. So if I press P to lock, it should start pulling stuff in. So if I go to my inventory local, it is here. It should start pulling in everything it needs. Yeah, you will. That should take a minute. Assuming it's not going to interfere with the priorities here, because this could try and pull... Well, this could try and resist. So I wonder if I can do something like components. Let's just see this local. Where am I? Local. I want the... There we go. Oh no, that's the remote one. Local was there. Yeah, there we are. So medium component. Let's see if I can put will P1 work in there. That would be cool if it did. If not, I'll have to look up the documentation. P1. Just basically priority 1. I assume you can put them anywhere in those, so we'll see. Are you going to work for me? Probably not. I may have to put them after. Oh no, it did work, yeah. So 5,000 got pulled in. It will take 10,000, but there wasn't 10,000 built, so I can just put production in place because I'm part of the same thing at the moment. And we can just put in a ton of plates here. And because this is in co-op mode, I've also got a second assembler, which is also doing work as well. So that's pretty good. So that should also get pulled into this once it's done, which won't take all that long. Everything else is pulling, well, it's pulling in 500 steel plates. It hasn't, however, pulled in all of the rest. And that's slightly annoying. Why aren't you pulling in? Let me just try the other way around then. Let me just try 500 of everything with priority 1. Will that work? Who knows? But if not, I will figure it out and let you know next episode. So once that's complete, we can then start welding up other things. Which brings us on to what we're going to be doing probably next episode. I'm going to leave this as a fairly short one because the next episode, I'm going to have to build a space station. I've shown you the moon, obviously, and the... Oh, wow, nearly killed myself again. Must remember to turn off the entire group. Yeah, I'm going to have to repair this, actually. Let me just take this out and repair it. Turn P off. Oh, that's because an engine's missing. Oh, it wasn't just that got destroyed. Yeah, so I'm going to repair that. Oh, an entire engine gone. Is there anything else missing in there? Well, gyros probably. That's probably why the explosion was so large. There's probably a gyro missing on the other side. Anyway, I can probably fix that. So, next episode, I'm going to be probably using this space to build a ship, much like this one that I use with the hydrogen thrusters, but to get up into orbit and stay there, really. Just to act as a... In fact, I could probably modify this one. This has got 4 medium cargo cannons on it, so I would load this up with the components and then get started with a platform just above the atmosphere. And that should serve as a temporary second base, if you like, once we're off the planet. If we need to get back on, we can just step outside, drop down, and then as long as you've got enough thrusters to slow yourself down, you will actually arrive on the planet's surface, you know, nice and intact. And then that space station should give us the option of... well, it depends, because the asteroids don't start immediately above the atmosphere. They are much further out, so you have to be a bit careful about that one. And the same thing with getting to the moon. It's actually a good 150 kilometers away, and that can actually be quite slow. So you'll probably see on top of this, I built a jump drive, and it's a small ship jump drive, so I don't think it can actually jump all that far. But this will let me try and get to the moon a little bit faster, which is, you know, a decent thing to do. Anyway, that's it for this episode, short one. Next episode we'll see you for the next build, I think. Maybe a modification of this, maybe a much bigger ship just to take lots of stuff into orbit. Thanks for watching.